we should turn this on here. All right, well, screwed that up for the first 20 seconds. Welcome in, everybody, live at lunch, 007 edition here. I didn't have my microphone on there to start, just all discombobulated. Welcome in, everybody, here, Tuesday before A1. Like I said, I'm going to be doing these lives Monday through Thursday this week. Got a few different topics there, so make sure to go check those out. Put those on your schedule here. Welcome in, everybody. We'll give everybody a few minutes to get in here. For anybody who watches the replay of this, just remember, if you guys haven't yet, please like, subscribe, comment. That really helps us out here and can help us continue to do things like this. Also, if you aren't a member of the channel yet and you guys want to either watch the show get recorded live, or if you want to be involved in our, we are doing a, and when I say we, I'm doing a Thirsty Thursday live stream every Thursday here during the race season. That'll be roughly 8:30, 9 o'clock Eastern on Thursdays. This week's is going to be 9 p.m. Eastern time. Thirsty Thursday, the first one for the B-Class Bench Racers membership. So if you guys are on there, and we can talk anything in that. I'm going to have a couple tasty beverages. You guys are more than welcome to have a couple too, and we can talk, like I said, anything politics you want to talk. We can talk moto stuff if you guys want to. Obviously, you get a lot of that content from me here, so we can talk politics, religion, family, financials, whatever you guys want to talk. We can talk about all of it in there. So yeah, so again, 9 p.m. Eastern, Thirsty Thursday live for our B-Class Bench Race members. If you haven't joined already, make sure to go do it. It's only $5 a month. Skip a cup of coffee one day. Just, you know, help support the channel. Help me go to the races more. Like, let's do this, all right? Also, one other thing, again, I'm going to highlight the same thing that I highlighted yesterday at the beginning of the show, which would be TLR Coatings, which is the powder coating shop that I own, where I'm sitting right now. This is tucked in the corner. I'm kind of like one of the storage rooms on the side of the shop here. And right now we're actually doing these custom Milwaukee knives. So if you guys are a tradesman or you just want a cool custom thing, we do them in all sorts of colors. We can do special order colors too if you guys want those. Just get on Instagram, DM us, or reach out through the website there, and we can get you one of those coated in basically any color you guys want to. These are apparently the new hip thing. I have lots of these now sitting around, so we have lots of them kind of in stock. So make sure to go give TLR Coatings a follow there on Instagram or TikTok or wherever. We have a YouTube channel too that I don't update as often as I should. But yeah, so thanks everybody for joining us today live at lunch, 007 edition here. And today we're going to talk, there's lots of things because we're in the countdown to A1 here. These are some topics that have come to mind the last couple of weeks throughout the holidays. I was like, you know what, let's just do some live streams. I kind of want to be more out there this week here since we are coming into the season starting in A1 and everything. So today we're going to talk legacy, and specifically legacy with Ken Roczen and his career, which we'll kind of get into here. So we'll give it another, let's see where we're at, 4 minutes. We'll give it another minute here, let some people jump in. Thank you guys who have jumped in. Again, the chat's open too. So if you guys have a question for me right now regarding moto stuff or anything that we bring up today, feel free to hit that chat and we can talk about that. So Cloud Dragon and Eric, what's up everybody? Thanks for joining. And yeah, and like I said, make sure to subscribe, hit that bell notification. I have 2 videos planned for Friday right now that I got to film this week here too. I'm going to do a top 3 things that I'm going to be watching for at A1 this weekend with a couple honorable mentions in there also. And then I will be doing like a press day, whatever the heck you want to call it, wrap up kind of video too Friday at some point, just to talk about things that we're hearing, things that we're seeing, if anything major happens during the press day riding. So we're basically bringing all the content. And then again, don't forget Saturday we will be live streaming during second qualifying, so you can get us. I might have Cole here. I'm not sure if he's coming. I don't know what Justin's doing yet. But anyway, but there will be a live stream with at least myself, if not myself and Cole, or myself and Cole and Justin, or whatever, for second qualifying on Saturday, where you'll get to hear us give our thoughts on what we're seeing, everything like that. Top 5 picks, 450 A1. A1's always weird, but let's go with, I mean, obviously you're going to have Jet. I believe you're going to have Webb. You're going to have Chase, so that's 3. And then I'll go with Eli and Hunter, I guess. And that order can be anything you want it there in that one, okay? Because there's just way too much talent here in this 450 class. So, all right, thanks everybody for joining us here. Patty Dune, what's up? How am I doing? Doing great. A little cold here. Really sucks. Would love to get out of this cold weather, but finances just aren't going to allow that at this point. We got an amber warning for more snow here in Ireland. A1 incoming, dude. Yeah, the snow thing. The thing that really sucks, I was kind of saying this, we'll go off on a little bit of a tangent here before we jump into the Roczen thing. I was talking to my girlfriend about this on New Year's Eve, because we had some people over, a little get together, 5 or 6 of us. The thing that really sucked is we have like this cool pool patio outdoors, just small basic brick pool patio, next to above ground pool. Don't think that we're loaded or anything. We're not that. Okay, anyway. And I got a little fire pit there, and I was burning some boxes and some like old wood chairs that we had sitting around the house that we acquired and stuff like that. And I was telling her, I was like, man, old days, like back when we used to really get snow here in Michigan, it would be awesome. We could have piled snow like 6 foot high around this patio, started this fire in there, because I was standing out there by the fire for a while because it was burning so hot. It was so nice, even though it was cold. I was like, man, we could have had an outdoor New Year's Eve party and you know, had this snow piled up, because I got a Bobcat, obviously, that I can pile that up with, and it would have been awesome to have that, be outside, looking at the stars, fire, like just something cool that you know, where you're not confined to the 4 walls of the house in the winter. Winter's not my thing anymore. I don't really ski. I don't snowboard. I don't do hardly any winter sports. There's not enough snow here anymore to snowmobile. A lot of what we get is just cold, gray weather here. I don't know what it's like in Ireland there. But we get just a lot of cold, gray weather here in Michigan now, and it's kind of damp. Like now it's cold enough that everything's starting to freeze, and so we do have a light layer of snow, but it's still not a lot, just maybe like an inch or 2. So yeah, so it's just really, winters here are just kind of really now. It's not like when I was a kid and we had snow from mid-November, late October, mid-November until the end of February, and like enough snow to do stuff, to snowmobile, to sled, to snowboard, to ski, to build snow forts, to all that stuff. We don't have that anymore, so it's real which is a big point why I want to go to Florida starting the first part of November. But anyway, that's way off topic, so sorry about that. We'll go back to the chat here for just a second. What do you think Deegan's whoop speed will be like? I think it'll be better than last year. How good? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. We'll talk a little bit more on that on Thursday for the live stream, the live at lunch live stream on Thursday, when we talk Faulkner and Deegan, because that's going to be that topic that day. And Joe says, new lunchtime ritual. Well, we appreciate you tuning in, man. All right, so anyway, let's jump into this here. Let's talk, so we're going to talk Roczen. We're going to talk Legacy here, okay, because we all kind of watched the World Supercross situation unfold here, which is basically World Supercross signed Roczen to a multi-year, I believe it was a 3-year deal for what I understand to be some big money. Could be wrong. What I've heard through the grapevine is some really big money. And it was basically to have him be the leader of the pack here going forward and help get World Supercross off the ground, right? Which is great. You know, he's looking at it as, okay, cool, I get to come in and help basically launch this new thing. Again, great, no problem. Tons of money on the line for him. Super awesome. But we saw how it went this year, right? Like, these 3 races this year weren't super, or I guess 4, weren't super duper impressive from him. Tomac obviously handled him a lot. Now, last year in AMA Supercross, he wins a race. He's doing pretty well. And then all of a sudden, boom, he has that shock blowout and ends up getting hurt, you know, whatever. And he comes back outdoors there and he does, what races did he do outdoors? I don't remember now. I know he did Ironman on the 250, and then he does his nations, and we're all kind of like, oh, sweet. Like, and the 250 race went okay. Like, he was pushing forward there that first moto, and then just couldn't get comfy. And then, of course, you know, it's okay, well, I'm going through some health stuff, which, again, totally legit. I don't even knock Kenny anymore for the health stuff because he's been through so much. His body is in such a way that it's a miracle he's even riding at this point. So, but anyway, but yeah, but then like I said, we see the World Supercross where again he should be dominating, or at least we'll call it right there with Eli, and he wasn't really anywhere to be found, you know. And so this got me thinking the other day of, we watch some of these guys and they start out and they're the fast kids, then they become, you know, kind of the evil guy because they're winning so much and people hate them, much like what Jet's going through right now. And then all of a sudden they become these legends. And some of them retire in a timely enough fashion that you get to watch the legends ride off into the sunset, essentially, and you just remember them as being legends. RV, RC, and Dungy, like those guys came in, did their thing, legendary status, and left with just that legend status in your brain. Then you have other guys, okay, you have like Stu, right? And Stu did so much stuff that, like, I feel like he's still a legend, but then you get into Stu's later years, and it's like, it didn't end superbly, right? You've got him and Benny, I don't remember what the race was, and Benny's passing him. They're battling for like 12th or something, and it's like the end of Stu's career was almost, luckily he jumped out, you know, quick enough, and luckily, you know, he did have that 2 years off, so there was a little bit of that, oh, it's just great to see him kind of come back. But so he's kind of like that middle ground, right? Like he almost pushed it too far and then kind of jumped out. And then you've got like Chad Reed, right? And Chad Reed just kept going and going and going and going and going. And by the time Reed got done, and I know people have different views on this, but by the time Reed got done, like my view of Reed is he was a pretty good racer, okay? And then by the time it was over, it was like he was barely making the main, you know? And for a guy, now that I know a lot more of the history and I've you know, watched all this stuff, I have respect for Chad for what he did, okay? But I'm just saying that there was a point that it burned in my brain, and people will go back and look at some of these and be like, holy crap, like he didn't do anything at the end of his career, you know? He wanted to keep riding, and I can't fault guys like that for wanting to keep riding and wanting to keep going, but when you're such a legendary status like that, there's a point that you have to call it quits. Otherwise, you're just outliving your legend, essentially. Now with Kenny, I'm not sure that Kenny's a great rider. Don't get me wrong. Kenny is a great rider. He won one world title, maybe two. I don't know. Before he came in the MXGPs, before he came over on the 250s, and then you know he's 250 Supercross, 250 Motocross. He's won 450 Motocross. He's been second, Lord knows how many times in 450 championships over here. Great rider. And his legacy is pretty solid as far as I'm concerned. I'm worried about how this year will go for him. There's a lot of talk of he's not high on the list on a lot of the people who talk right now, including us. Like we kind of threw him in at the end of the show, and we're kind of like, I don't really know. We'll have to wait and see. It didn't go well in World Supercross, but maybe on any night, you know, Ken is one of those guys that can win. Whether he does or not, I'm not sure. But my question is just like, how many more years does he keep going? He's one of those guys that we talk about like, oh, they're going to retire, they're going to retire, they're going to retire. And I believe he's like 28, 29 maybe. So he still could go a few more years, but it's like, man, if it's not going well, Like, at what point does he pull the ripcord, or does he just keep going because he's Ken Roczen? He can get a ride, and he can keep riding, and he can keep getting paid to ride, and you know that option's there for him. But then, how long do you keep it going? Do you keep it going just for the money? Like, let's say you get down to the end and you're a la Chad Reed, where it's like, man, you're struggling to be top 10 in a heat race to get into the main to be a top 12 to 15 guy, where at one point, I mean, you were the man for a while, you know. But I don't know, it's such a weird thing of I really want, I just don't know if his legacy is so legendary status like some of these other guys that there's something there to really ruin, per se. You know, like Ken Roczen, the fun, outgoing, crazy European dude. I think that allows him to go longer here, even if the results aren't there, to just continue and continue and continue here, because he'll get paid. He's getting paid. I mean, he's getting paid big money still, and that's because his name is Ken Roczen. So that's my thoughts on that, the topic I wanted to cover today here. So yeah, make sure to comment your guys' thoughts here, and if you guys are watching in the if you're watching the rerun of this after we post it, then you know, make sure to comment your thoughts too. If you think what you think Ken's legacy is, can he outlive his legacy essentially at this point in the sport, or can he just ride forever and like continue to get finishes and get paid and just be like, yeah, dude, I'm just here getting paid to race my dirt bike and I love it. And like, we look back and we're like, well, yeah, he won some championships and he was a great rider and he just got to ride forever, you know. I don't know, I have to see. So let's go back in the chat here. Do you think if Kenny was on a different bike he would do any better? No, I just think it's the point in his career. He's him and Hunter Lawrence are kind of similar. I've heard Hunter's got the same kind of finicky thing with his body, where if everything's not perfect, things don't go great. There's fading, there's tiredness, there's all sorts of stuff like that. So yeah, to be completely honest, no, I don't think a new bike changes that. I do think he'll be on a new bike come next year, because I think they'll get the Red Bull situation figured out with Ducati, because Ducati's going to be a monster situation, but they really want Kenny, so I think that'll get straightened out, and I think we'll see him on a Ducati next year. Let's see what else here. Do you know what coast Enzo Lopes is? I don't even know that Enzo Lopes is riding Supercross, to be honest with you. So no, I don't have any idea what coast, who he's riding for. I don't know any of that. If you listen to like Pulp or whatever, like when he was on there last time a couple months ago, something like that now, it didn't even sound like he was going to ride it anymore. And next thing, he shows up to Des Nations, then he's riding World Supercross, then he's doing this, then he's doing that. It's like, what? I thought you could, I don't know. That guy's an enigma. I don't know what's going on with him. Joe, but you can appreciate his passion for it. Kenny's absolutely. And in my opinion, if he can, like I said, this is just a question I want to throw out there. I'm probably going to throw this to the guys on the main show this week for wrapping up A1 at halftime, just to see what their answers are. This is just something I came up with in my head of like, dude, does he have a legacy essentially to ruin, or is he not quite legendary status like some of these other guys, where he can, even if it doesn't go well, he can just ride it. He can ride it out here as long as he wants to. I don't think the 94 gets another one. Hate to say it, but let's be real. Like another win, or are you talking another championship? Because yeah, I definitely don't see him winning a championship. Does he get another win? I mean, dude, he won last year, so I think this can happen. If he really, I think it can happen. Like Ken Roczen can still go super effing fast on a dirt bike. Let's face it. Dan Marino Supercross. That's okay. All right. You know, like, I'm not a huge sports fan, but I know Dan Marino went a while. So yeah. So yeah, that's a good comparison there. Oh, Joe, can he get another win? Yeah, I think he can. I absolutely think he can. I mean, you gotta look at this guy. Like I said, he got a win last year. He's won almost every single year that he's raced here, essentially. Like, if you go back, and I guess we could go into the vault here and double check that, but I mean, at least from what I know, or what I've seen, I mean, you go back the last several years here, He, let's see here, Roczen, boom. This is great radio. Okay, oh boy, now we gotta scroll down. I love this, but man, I really wish. ABC, Roczen. God, we're still on B's. Oh, Ken Roczen, there we go, sweet. Individual races. So let's see here. So he wins Glendale last year. Year before, he wins Indy. That's right, I was there. Because that was the first one, yeah, they won since 2017? Was that it? I don't know. Oh no, that was I don't remember. Now I'm confusing myself. So 2023 wins Indy. That was awesome. Scroll back. Oh, he won Thunder Valley in 2022. Weird. Supercross. Oh no, he won A1 in 2022. Keep scrolling. Let's see here. So yeah, so he's won one every year. Won Atlanta 2 in 2021. Let's see. Oh, that's right. That's right. Like, we all kind of forget too. Like, you go back to 21, he won in that COVID cross here. He wins Indy 1, Indy 2, Indy 3, goes 2-4 in Orlando, 4th in Daytona, 6th in Arlington 1, 3rd, 2nd. Yeah, so he won 4 races in 2021. You go back to 2020, he wins Salt Lake 5, he wins Atlanta. I mean, he's won every single year up till that. 2019, he was winning outdoors for sure. Okay, so 2019, he did not win a Supercross race. He finished 2nd in Seattle, he finished 2nd in Arlington, he finished 2nd in Minneapolis, he finished 2nd at A1. Then you go back to 2018, which this would have been the comeback from the wrist. So 2018, he must have got hurt because he only did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He only did 6 races. But again, out of those 6, he gets 2nd at Houston, 2nd at Oakland, 3rd at Glendale. So, like, okay. Then you go back to 2017, where he won A1, then San Diego. Let's see here. 2016, he won multiple races that year. 2015, he won A1, A2. Oh, never mind. Yeah, so, I mean, Ken's won so many races, right? And, like I said, a whole bunch here. So, I don't know. Again, comment your thoughts down below. This is just me bench racing, tailgate talking, throwing some things out there. Let's see here. Where do you think Chase is going to end up after KTM? That's a big money question right now. I don't know. Kawasaki, if you watched my other video, scroll back in the video tab here. I made one about him going to Kawasaki. We'll wait and see. But I do think that's a possibility. Because I heard he doesn't like the Star bike. And again, I don't think he goes and develops a new bike. Kawasaki. Because I think Kawasaki's going to have a bunch of money anyway, because they're really chasing Deegan with a lot of money right now, and I believe that Deegan's not going to go there. So, we'll see. But that'll be a ever-evolving conversation as the year goes on here, because I'm sure there's going to be a leak as to who he's talking to and what he's thinking. So, Sketchy says, can he win? Yes. Can he win a championship? No. Joe says, think you have to be one of those situations, other guys out, maybe a mutter. But he didn't win a mutter last year. He won Glendale, which is like the fastest track of the entire year. So, like, this can happen. This can happen. More chance of Kenny getting a win than AP, and I'd like to see them both get one, but it's going to be tough. True. Marino was the Dolphins QB in the 90s, greatest QB to never win a Super Bowl. Also true. Oh, unless, wasn't it, what is it, Ace Ventura, Pet Detective? Don't they win the Super Bowl there with Marino? So that's ironic. Word on the street, Reed and the Deegans are going to start their own team. That's a possibility. I've also heard interesting things with that. Watched the Reed video of them testing the bikes the other day. All of them. Thought that was interesting too. That was fun. Y'all's nuts. What's up, Travis? What's up, y'all's nuts? Good to see you, buddy. And hopefully we'll see you on that Thirsty Thursday live stream here at 9 p.m. Eastern. Haircut takes 5 years off. You're not kidding. I look 100% different with a haircut than the damn hair growing everywhere. Trust me, it's only a matter of time till this is all gone, because it's not, you can see it in some of the shots, it's not good anymore. I also heard major bike changes in the 250 class this year. What do you mean by major bike changes in the 250 class this year? Like guys changing teams? Eric? Jacob Pearson, no wins for Kenny, not on that bike anyway. He's won on it the last 2 years. What do you mean no wins? It's the same bike. It's the same bike. You can't even say that because it's the same effing bike. Although might have electric start this year. I'm pretty sure I keep hearing this. Sketchy XC, yeah, they will be way down on power from what I've heard. The Suzuki? Like, more than it's been? Because it's been this... guys, the one thing about the Suzuki, it's the same effing bike. It hasn't changed. I don't know. Maybe you guys are right. I don't know. I don't know anything. I'm just an idiot on the internet. Riding a Suzuki and gapping fools on that old turd legacy is winning on that thing. This is also true. Kenny will probably be remembered for these years, and hopefully if he does switch to another team, he gets a win, like on a Ducati or something, so that he has that legacy too, because then I believe, yes, that legacy will carry him further than his actual record. Patty says at Sketchy XC, damn, I know a little about football, but I could see Fan Marino in my mind's eye in a blue jersey, but the only ball sport I show any interest in is hurling. 94 could be on another brand if he wanted. Interesting, he likes that Suzuki. He can't be on another brand because he commands too much money. That's the problem. That's why Progressive is on that bike. Progressive, Kenny, they essentially, I don't know if it was they brought Progressive or Kenny brought Progressive, because they are paying his salary. Suzuki's not paying his salary. I don't even know that Suzuki's paying his bonuses. And what he's making is substantial. He is one of the highest paid riders still in this industry, which is why it's such a big thing about him going to Ducati and the Red Bull deal and everything like that, because his Red Bull deal is also huge. So, what's the deal with these bike changes for next year? Slowing down the 250s? They will definitely be on blue. Who's going to be on blue? Who's on third? Who's on fourth? Who got a hit? Who's on home? I don't know. They're making the bikes slower, more restrictions. What do you mean by that, Eric? Who's telling you? Like, what are you hearing and who's telling you this? Because this is interesting. They're going to limit the 250 class? I don't know that. Maybe they're going to have a stock class for the kids to start with, the futures. Which, speaking of, that's something else. Haven't heard anything about futures yet. What rounds are we doing futures? Anything. I'm going to have to go check and see if there's something out there. But right now, I haven't heard anything. David Sparby, another member. Hopefully we'll see you, David, on that Thirsty Thursday live stream here at 9 p.m. Eastern on Thursday. Deegan's video yesterday, Brian threw a little shade about going to A1 is home for them, and no one will not invite / ban them from going there. LOL. I don't understand what they're saying. I guess I'm gonna have to go watch that video, because yeah, how would they be banned from going to A1? I don't understand. 250 is going to have major restrictions next year. Like the AMA is going to implement this, or what are we talking here, Eric? You gotta be more specific, buddy. Deegan wants 450 before the 250s get nerfed. Not till 26. I think there's too many guys on the half step ahead now for 94 to get a win. Joe, you're real hard on that, dude. I applaud you for your perseverance on this. I don't agree with that. We're going to agree to disagree, but I still think he can do it. Deegan was talking about it briefly, didn't give up too many details. That's interesting. I'll go see what I can see tonight and send out some feelers and see what happens. Y'all nuts. Keep hating on 38. Will be West Coast champ. Yes, probably. Yeah, Joe says, yes, I heard AMA changes. That's okay. I'll have to... Time to put some feelers out and see what's happening here. He was throwing shade about Australia and being banned and not being invited. Oh, David, okay, cool. Now I get it. Yes, the thing is, I'm going to go real middle of the road on that drama right there, okay? He wasn't banned. He could have gone to Australia, okay? He could have paid his money, got on a plane, gone to Australia, whatever. The bike was there. That's the bike Phil rode. I'm pretty sure that's what the deal was that he was supposed to go. He didn't go. CDR had a bike for him, so CDR called Phil, and Phil went and rode. That's the deal with that. Now, that being said, yes, he did get blacklisted in a sense through the promoters because the Lawrences are part of the promotion thing there. And again, the big thing of it is that they wanted 100 Gs. I don't know about you. I don't have 100 Gs just to throw around, and they didn't feel that was going to bring anything else to the table there for the event at this point. Now, that being said, maybe if he makes it through this year healthy, that's negotiated early, and they're in. But they knew early last year they were going to have to do surgery. They weren't sure how that was going to go. And again, this isn't me defending him. This is just the facts of the facts of the facts of the things of the facts. So that's what led us down this path. Now, again, there are some rumblings that there was, in fact, a no, he cannot come. I don't know for sure. I haven't spoken to anyone directly who has said, yes, that's the thing. And Lucas Merle's probably going to see this and call me and be pissed off. This is all speculation. I don't know much other than I know they didn't want to pay him. Okay, that's what I know, is they didn't want to pay him. Now, whether or not that also included we don't really want him here, period, anyway, and everybody can argue. The only people who are going to know that is the Lawrences themselves, whether that was actually said or not. And we will never hear that until 40 years from now, when they're old men, we will hear this, right? So, but it's fun to speculate. It's fun to talk about. So, 38 will win unless he crashes out. Bugsby 58, absolutely. David says, I just thought it was funny that Brian didn't really say much on it, just threw a little jab in the video. Well, they're very good at that, man. Brian is the absolute king. I really wish I knew the guy good enough to have him help me with this stuff, because it would be fantastic to get some of those secrets and really put the hammer down. I'm doing what I can here. Hopefully y'all enjoy these. Hopefully everybody's enjoying the topics. They're enjoying the banter. They're enjoying talking back and forth here. If you guys are, make sure to hit that thumbs up. We've got 27 of you watching. I only got 4 thumbs up. So let's give this a thumbs up here as we start to wrap up, land the plane, as they say. So yeah, so here we are. We are cruising towards A1 here. Tuesday. We've got a couple more of these lives. Like I said, we're going to do a couple of videos on Friday for sure. We're going to wrap up some press stuff and see what's said at press day, who looks good at press day, if anything like that happens. If anything major happens that we hear about. Like I said, we've got 2 more live streams here, including the ever infamous, which I know all of you plus everyone else will tune into the Thursday one, where we are going to talk Deegan and Faulkner and the upcoming West Coast 250s here in a little bit. So yeah, and again, if you guys haven't joined the members area, make sure to join that members area, because you can get in on the Thirsty Thursday live Thursday night under the B-Class Bench Racer section there, which is you can ask me anything. Basically, it's going to be a free-for-all for about probably about an hour. We'll go about an hour with this week for sure. You can ask me anything, conspiracy stuff, financial stuff, all that kind of good stuff. Oh, yeah, now we're getting some likes there. We're up to 10. So thanks, everybody. Appreciate you hitting that like button. Yeah, so the members only Thirsty Thursday there. Again, go join the members section. $5 a month. You can be in on those. You can watch the show get recorded live if you don't give a crap about a live stream talking to me. Then you can join the lowest group there, and for 99 cents a month, you can join and you can just watch us record the show live instead of having to wait until Tuesday or whenever I can get it actually uploaded. You can watch us record it live. So, yeah, so we're going to wrap up here on this one. Again, comment down below your guys' thoughts on Roczen's legacy and how long can he keep going before he ruins that legacy. Let's see here. Joe says, I'll go out on a limb and say no one will win with a Kickstarter on their bike in the AMA Supercross race. Joe, you've been hard on that this entire show. I applaud you. You are on the same level I am of I'm going to stick to something and just continue to pound that home. Y'all nuts. Deegan's still going to win West Coast. Former rider 17 from Triumph said, no chance anyone beating Deegan. Where'd he say that? Because that's interesting. Just posted a video about him, too. It's up on the channel. Check it out. Us giving our 450 Supercross preview show. Brian said if the restrictions go through, Deegan will be 450 Supercross in 26. Maybe. David, Thirsty Thursday is going to be fun. Sure will. Can't wait to see everybody, all of my members in there. Hopefully Deegan stays healthy and yeah, has it easily from Sketchy. Yep, I got Kenny 6, but he definitely could get top 3 a few rounds from Bugsby. He could win one randomly too. I still believe in that. I heard Kickstart Kenny is getting an electric start this year. That's what I keep hearing too. We'll see. I don't think Roczen can ruin his legacy. He's a great rider, well liked. Probably. So. All right, cool. So that's going to wrap up today's Live at Lunch. Appreciate you guys tuning in. 007 episode here. So again, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, hit that bell. Make sure you get all the notifications. Because like I said, we'll be doing live streams and posting videos. And there's so much content coming this week. It's unreal. My whole week is... My head's just spinning here thinking about the amount of stuff I'm recording this week. But... yeah, we'll be back tomorrow's Live at Lunch. Episode 8 is going to be talking about Joey Savacci and Justin Cooper and who is more of an underdog. So make sure to tune in for that. Bring your questions, your comments, your concerns about that. Join the members area, and we'll see y'all tomorrow.